114, 110. Curry lets it fly. Canada, the NBA title is yours.
Hey, that moment will never get old right there, of course. Getting the championship last season. The Toronto Raptors are looking to celebrate tonight at their home opener once again as that banner goes up and the players get their rings. But Michael Grange, NBA insider from Sportsnet, we were just chatting off air. Is this the first time we've seen in a while that a team who's won has a lot to prove going into the new season?
Yeah, I think it's a unique element for this team. I mean, typically when a team wins a title, it's it's like, wow, how do we motivate ourselves to do it again? You get that championship hangover, but you have a team here where with Kawhi Leonard leaving, everyone has written them off, like everyone.
Yeah.
There's no exception. Except for the people in that room, and I think that they want to really make some noise. Yeah, Kawhi Leonard obviously had a lot to do with them earning that contract, or earning that championship, but they were all a big part of it, right from Kyle Lowry all the way down, and I think there's that factor, and then you also have a number of guys on this team who are free agents who are still looking to prove that they have something to bring. You have a guy like Pascal Siakam who wants to take this opportunity to say, listen, I am a potential superstar in this league. So I think that combined with just the experience and the trust they built last year through that crucible, I think bodes well actually for them for the season.
That's it. And you mentioned Pascal, and he signed that contract. Of course, people are saying 130 over 4 years. How important is his development in the offseason? And there's all eyes on him, especially when it comes to the other team's defense.
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge for him. That's new to an extent. But he had 20 games on the floor last year without Kawhi Leonard, and his numbers were better than when he had Kawhi Leonard with him, beside him in the lineup. And we saw through the playoffs, like, the people who defended him were Draymond Green, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Joel Embiid, like the best of the best. Jonathan Isaac, even in Orlando. These guys are all defense-type players, and he was still able to produce. And I think, I think this team, Siakam's, I think he is the go-to guy. He's going to be the number one option, but it's not going to be like we've seen, say, last year, where it was, give the ball to one guy and let everyone
and kind of get out the way.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really integrated offense with Siakam kind of as the finisher, and I think he's in a great position to really build on what he started last season.
And so we know what we're going to get with guys like Steady Freddy, with Kyle, but OG is a bit of a wild card because he had some unfortunate injuries and, of course, personal issues as well with his family. What are we going to get from him, and how important is he to this team this season?
Honestly, not only this season, I think he's almost like we just come out of an election, he's almost like the swing ride in the swing state in terms of really which direction this franchise is going to pivot, because he's got a ton of potential. He really is a unique physical package. He's a tough-minded kid, and if he can play at something approaching, maybe not an elite level in terms of what we've seen from, a potential all-star. But can he be a superstar role player, as an example? Maybe you're 1A, 1B to a Pascal Siakam, not only this season, but that you can project into the future. It changes everything regarding the trajectory of this team and the decisions that get made even in season and going into next season. So the challenge is he doesn't have a ton of experience.
Right.
He missed, really the bulk of last year for various reasons. But if he can kind of catch kind of his development kind of takes a big jump, it could change the picture for this team.
That's it. This team is, some people predicting they won't make the playoffs. Other people
Not
saying
some people. Well,
a lot of people down south for sure are saying that. Others are saying middle of the pack, kind of 4 or 5. Where do you see this team finishing and heading in towards those playoffs?
I'm confident.
Yeah.
I mean, and a lot of that comes from the vibe I've picked up from this group. They're confident. They absolutely believe in themselves, and why wouldn't they? They know what it takes to win. They've done it. And I think when you look at the Eastern Conference, I mean, you got Milwaukee, and Philadelphia are sort of the kind of the premier teams. But I don't necessarily think either of them necessarily improved. You could maybe argue that they each took a little bit of a step back. And I think after that, there's no one in the East that the Raptors should be concerned about. So I can see them being challenging for 1, 2, or 3 seed, and certainly having a home seed in the first round.
That's it, and that means they could potentially make it back to the finals. Fans, there's a lot of optimism for this season. Michael Grange, thank you so much. You'll be, of course, covering all 41 games on Sportsnet, including tonight, Sportsnet 1. You get the banner raising tonight and getting to see those rings. And, of course, game time is at 8 o'clock. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you, Devo.
Appreciate it. Right now, we'll send things up to Mel.